But I think that day I realized, the importance of a cup of coffee. I didn't realize how much it takes or what goes into, a good cup of coffee.
So what are we doing here at the train station? Well,
hi, Christina.
Hi, nice to meet you.
When we were at the Specialty Coffee Conference, Bunn-O-Matic executives invited us to visit them at their Springfield, Illinois headquarters. They offered to teach us more about coffee and marketing. We decided it would be a great idea to take the train, a smaller carbon footprint, and no one has to drive. We'll stake out the club car and discuss our thoughts before and after the meeting. It'll be fun. One small complication. That's our train way over there.
We just missed our train. We just missed our train.
We missed the train. We missed the train. Oh, all right, what's next? It wasn't an impeding doom of, wow, we missed our train. Now we can't go to nationals and we can't say our speech. It was more of, again, this team, it's collaborative. We work together. So if we miss the train, what's the next alternative? Just drive, it's no big deal.
Is this really happening right now, or is this a dream?
Bob Bunn.
Welcome.
Bob, you're all...
We get right to work learning the Bunn history from Bob Bunn. He calls it a working lunch.
First of all, again, welcome everybody, and we're always happy to have students here. We come from a family of business people, entrepreneurs, and one thing we like to do is talk about business, and we like to talk about what makes good business people and how you should conduct yourself in the business world. We started in 1840.
Back in the day, like the 1840 day, Jacob Bunn opened a grocery store in Springfield, Illinois. A young Abe Lincoln was one of his first customers. Jacob went on to play an important role in the political career of Lincoln, who served as the company's lawyer.
I thought it was really interesting, and I had no idea that the Bunn and the Lincoln connection was even there. And he talked a lot about all of the relationships and all the people that he knew and all the companies that they've been working with over the years. And it was really interesting to learn all of that.
Over the years, the Bunn family has been involved with more than 60 businesses, including the Illinois Watch Company, Sangamo Electric, and the first bank in Illinois, the Springfield Marine Bank. Recognize this salad dressing? Wishbone salad dressing was created by Wishbone Coffee and was one of the many products offered by Bunn Capital Grocery. In the mid-1950s, George Bunn invented the flat-bottom coffee filter for commercial use, closely followed by the pour-over coffee brewer. The Bunn family has been starting and running businesses for 5 generations, and that is the company we are visiting today. Neat, huh?
There's amazing opportunities for us out there, and they're willing to help us.
Well, again, welcome to Bunn-O-Matic, and we're glad everybody's here.
Here's Randy Pope. Everyone at Bunn calls him Dr. Brew. I think it's safe to say he knows everything about coffee. He started off by explaining roasting using our Guatemalan coffee as a sample.
We have roasted coffee, where we've taken that bean, and one of the things you'll notice is that they have grown about twice the size. Color actually affects the flavor profile of your coffee. Just like if you charbroiled a steak, it's a little crispier than if you did a rare, okay? When I looked at it earlier, it's probably somewhere between a 45 and I would guess a 35, just looking at those two color tiles. So it might be something you want to ask them one time to do a lighter roast, just to cup your coffee and try it and just see what it tastes like that way.
When Randy mentioned, well, what roast are you guys at? I don't know, dark. We just knew it was roasted. That's all I knew. I didn't really pay particular attention. Obviously, you can roast a marshmallow and it'll taste different if you leave it in the fire, and that's where my knowledge stops.
I've actually found that I prefer the light to medium roast because they have more complexity and flavor. because as you change the sugar compounds and everything that goes on in the chemical base of the coffee, you get, sometimes it's harder to say you taste apricots or you taste chocolate or whatever's in there. You can roast things in, you can roast things out. If it goes all the way to all it tastes like is charcoal, all you taste is smoke. So if you leave the fruit notes in and everything, but you can't over roast the product. You can under roast it. You can leave it peanutty and grassy. But you find a happy medium that really tastes good with your coffee. The way I've been taught, it's really the 3 T's, is time, temperature, and turbulence to actually extract the right amount of coffee. Time is critical. Time is relative to grind size and the type of method that you're using to brew. That if you use a fine grind, not espresso, which is 25 to 30 seconds, but a fine grind, you're looking at about 1 to 4 minutes of contact time. So 4 to 6 minutes for a drip grind, or 6 to 8 minutes for coarse grind. Never more than 8 minutes to extract the amount of material we want out of the coffee. Temperature is critical. The ideal temperature for brewing coffee in a drip method is 200 plus or minus 5 degrees Fahrenheit, about 92 to 96 degrees Celsius. Turbulence is actually created by the water entering the coffee bed to get it up in float, so everything comes up and separates. And that way, as we move the water through the coffee, we're actually extracting.
This is great information, Doctor. How many people know this stuff?
Once we learned everything there was to know about coffee, we headed over to the boardroom to learn about sales and marketing, more on the business end of things.
We want to spend this time trying to gain as much insight and maybe some brainstorming back and forth with these professionals as to how you can help your business grow.
We want the marketing. We want to be able to market and tell these people. It's hard. We're still, we're a small town. We're a small college.
I completely value this cup of coffee so much more now that I know everything that goes behind it, even as far as brewing it and all that kind of stuff. And that's something that I think the customers would also value as well.
You have to have clarity of your message. If you're not clear of your message and what you want people to know about your coffee, they're not going to be able to tell other people. And you need them to tell other people.
Also have that kind of information like on tags or on the bag itself. So if they're standing there, they can just read it.
The personal telling of the story is more genuine than them even reading it on the bag.
You will get that first sale if you pull their heartstrings or whatever. But if they don't enjoy the cup of coffee that they have when they have it, then they're not going to come back.
How should we talk about it as far as quality?
You've got a number of compelling, comparative advantages, and I would make sure you document all of those, and you're all on the same page in terms of what it is that resonates with you and what created the passion in you for the product, and then develop your proposition, and then everyone, your whole entire group, all is working off of the same page, so to speak.
I felt like they treated our project as an important one they cared about. I hope what we learned will give us an edge in marketing our coffee and at the national competition next week. The day was almost over, but not until Bob gave us his personal tour of the state capitol, the place that began the presidential runs of Abraham Lincoln and Barack Obama. I have to say I learned more about business on this day than any other day of my life.
Show me.
The ride home was ahead, and so was the work to make our coffee a success.
Woo! Save my coffee.
.com.